If I may say, this playfulness right now, can you share with me what has, yeah, what has emerged for you in this conversation?
Well, one important thing is to concise what was the topic. That was really important for me. When Ben said that, I mean, can we focus on that and forget the other things? So the reaction. So to set up the line, right? So it was like clear that there is something that I want to know and I don't know, and I want to get understanding. The second thing is that I want to know more about me. So it's not the past. It's like, well, I mean, know more about you. It's personal growth. So, and I didn't look at that from this perspective. It was more like, okay, I want to be more like that, but I didn't make, let's say, the direct connection. Okay. And the third thing, even, well, there are a few things, but okay, I keep it into three. The first one is you want to be playful, but you should forget other things. So okay, play and get dirty instead of keep clean. That was for me like, oh yes, that was probably the most, even if it was 2 minutes ago, it was the, oh yes, that's and then I make the connection with how I'm behaving with my son. And even if it seems simple, I mean, for me it's critical, of course, and it's quite important. So if you want to play, get dirty, right? That's probably the main, the three ones, and the main one is get dirty. Yeah, that's it.
So thank you for sharing. And it seems like, there is, as you're speaking about knowing more about yourself, knowing more about you, it seems there has been a progression in this conversation already about you knowing more about you. So can you share with me, what is it that you have learned about you?
Well, I'm having, how do you call piel de gallina? What I don't have an English word anyway. Yes, exactly. Thank you. It's, I'm playing. Okay, if I go back to the topic, so I'm a playful person, and the thing is that for any reason, it's like you didn't give permission to get dirty. Okay, so it's not that I'm not, or I'm not enough. It's that I am, of course I am. I just to let it go, right, and to accept the other part of to forget the part you don't want to forget for any reason, right? And I can do it, so with no doubt. Something I was wondering for a long time, and even at the beginning of the session. Yeah,
I could feel those goosebumps too that you were speaking about. And I heard, the way that you just said, I am playful. And I'm curious to know, so how would you like to, play around with this playfulness now?
I'm gonna take the aggressive way.
Okay.
In terms of any situation where I'm used to be not playful, I'm gonna bring a piece of playfulness, and 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 see what happened, and see how I feel about it. Yeah, I will, yes. And when I'm saying different part, it's not only the professional setup, or even the serious discussions in a corporate where everything is serious. I think it's a good place to play. I mean, not only in the safe space of with my son or family, but going in that direction. That is why I call it in a more aggressive way. Yes, I will.
May I share something with you on how I see it? It's like
Yes, please.
you have these different colors of you inside of you, a whole rainbow, and you've let some of the colors shine, and you want to bring out a few more of these colors to show in the different places.
Mm.
How does that sound for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I mean, it fully. I fully relate to that. In that, I mean, the different colors inside. It's exactly so the whole of the person. I mean, myself, which is, I mean, really, yeah, colorful, and in their space, for all colors, right, to show up. It's just a question, what you want, right, and that is what gives me the option to choose and to decide how to do it, right, and when to do it. So absolutely, yeah.
So, what are you taking forward, Aroa, from this conversation as a new playful way of being?
I feel lighter. I think that is one important thing now. Um, and if my clear intention was to be more playful, now it's not to be I am playful. It's just a question of implementation, right? And after this conversation, I have a corporate meeting. I think I'm gonna try it. So and let's
Wow,
see what happens. A
wonderful.
serious one, even.
I'd love to know how that is for you. Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate it.
So may I ask you, just, as this conversation is coming to an end, what is it that you want to hold on to moving forward?
Mm. So what I want to hold on is playing it dirty. I keep it this sentence because it belongs to me, uh, to my childhood, um, and it's time to do it.
So now I'm gonna, bringing this conversation to an end. I'd love to, if it's okay, um, ask you just one or two questions about this conversation, if I may. Is that okay?
You want me to ask a question
No,
of the
I would love
conversation?
to ask you, yeah, about generally reflecting on this conversation now as we bring it to a close. What is it that in this conversation, Aurora, now if you were to step back and look at it, what is something that stood out for you in
Oh,
this conversation?
well, it's a new perspective, right? And I keep the sentence playing it dirty because it's so representative for me. I mean, I was not aware of that, and that's represents for me, the key of all my understanding, clarity, and awareness in this conversation. And it's, as the coach said, don't forget when you go to play that there are some things you have to do differently, let's say, put it in this way. And for any reason I couldn't see that before, and as I said, it's something I was thinking about and working on for a while. And that's the new perspective, right? Yeah.
May I stretch you only with one more question as we have you here as a student support? Is that okay for me to stretch you? And after this, please take some tea, take a water, and take some space,
Yes.
a well-deserved one. But I really am curious, Aroa, with the different hats that you wear, being the student in the different levels and also student support, and now, being the client, what is your learning that you would love to share with everyone present here?
I strongly recommend to be the client to everyone. It's a fantastic experience, and be open for that, and be a real client. So, I mean, what I mean real, transparent and and open, to talk about, without holding anything, because it brings a lot to you. So it really, I mean, it makes like a change of your perspective. So it has a tremendous impact on, before the conversation on, your life, moving forward. If I think about the different levels, it has been an amazing journey for me. So I started because I'm doing one training after the other. So, because I love it. And everything started, yet, I mean, for a personal growth, to use the skills in a corporate, and over the journey, I realized, oh, I love it. And, even if I can be connected to the corporate, I can make the impact from a different perspective, right? Becoming a professional coach. And for me, the key, or, the main thing of the training is the huge difference between you learn the core, right? With it's everything like, let's put it systematic, okay? Structure, and it's like, okay, ABC, ABC. And then you go to the advanced, and you have like you open up and you see a new world, and you say, oh wow, that's amazing. Now I understand why we did ABC, but now we do it differently. And the same happened, from the second to third level. Even was a more the change is even bigger. So, the step, it's much bigger. So I believe what I'm talking about, because even if we pick up from the core, the understanding, the clarity, the skills you get, and to be so intentional in when you are doing your coaching session, and not this gut feeling, or, well, let's see what happened, but why you are inquiring what, and what you are looking for, right? And this makes a huge difference. So, I love the training. I would recommend the training to everyone. And especially, I mean, if you love challenging and to be stretched.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
stretching is the word. Yeah,
Thank you,
you're
Aurora.
welcome.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for this beautiful conversation. Wish you so
Thank
much
you.
joy. And I'd love to
Thank you.
open up. Please take some rest, Aurora, as you join us. And
Okay,
Ben, I would
thank you
like
very
to
much.
pass on to